This bike lane here on Hardy Street is going to be able to coexist with the streetcar. The mayor and city works have already made that decision, and it looks like they're favoring the streetcar.
Now, this casino, which will be the first casino in Nebraska, is just hours away from opening its doors.
And a missing door to this mausoleum has caused the cemetery to close in its peak season. And if you're not sure if it's time to get your booster or not, it's always best to check with your healthcare provider. But before marriage, you have to go on a lot of dates to see if you're with the right person. We decided to hit the streets of Omaha to see what are the do's and the don'ts of dating. And we spoke to both of the Kelsey brothers, and they both are rooting for each other, but not for each other's team. Outside of the Pinnacle Bank Arena here in Lincoln, Nebraska, where the PBR finals went down just moments ago. The goal is to ride the bull for 8 seconds. Now that's something Mason Ward knew he wanted to do since he was a child. One World Community Health and the Stevens Center are taking their partnership to the next level, making sure the residents living here get the best quality of care. Plattsmouth, Nebraska is now home of the only creatine plant in the United States. This plant is expected to bring $174 million impact to the state each year. The Trump rally that was postponed on Friday due to weather had... Today, the Omaha Streetcar Authority held an open house meeting to get the community's input on what's going to be the new mode of transportation here in the metro. Small town in Iowa was left shocked after they found out that this elementary school here might close down. Sticking down Nebraska for medical marijuana has less than 19 hours to gather all those 87,000 signatures to make sure this petition gets on the November ballot.
And neighbors helping neighbors is something this community is thankful for.
Last time any major changes were made to this intersection was when they added the Orbit bus line. And just like you mentioned, just last Monday, they reported the first case of monkeypox here in Nebraska. And this target will be closed to shoppers until further notice. Asylum seekers from the southern border were set to come to Omaha at the end of this month, but that has temporarily been put on hold for the next 30 to 60 days. But once they do arrive, one local group is ready to help them out. And my batteries actually died on me twice. So this definitely is a place if you want to get that paranormal activity, and it is open all year round.
All right, Jessica, be careful.
Imagine an inclusive economic development center based on Latino culture while also addressing other significant district needs.
A plan that has been 15 years in the making, and now it's closer to seeing the light of day. The Latino Economic Development Council showed designs this afternoon for the Adelante Dos South Omaha project. It's seeking to revitalize parts of South Omaha.
And this space is going to provide an opportunity for us to gather in a safe manner, but also to provide all kinds of entertainment and build up tourism. Tourism brings people. Tourism builds understanding as well.
The Plaza de la Raza would be redesigned and an amphitheater would be added. The plan also calls for affordable housing units and a parking garage, coming at an expected cost of $94 million. $500,000 would come from Douglas County, with the city of Omaha looking to match that. Before it's a done deal, the project would still need to head to the Nebraska legislature for funding considerations.
So our work in the next several months is going to be making sure that we are drafting and following through on the bills, working with DED to get these projects funded, to make sure that we can get them moving so that we can make this change happen as soon as possible.
The hope is for a transformative change to make South Omaha a more vibrant destination.
And really enjoy what South Omaha gets to offer, not only Cinco de Mayo, but the entire year.
And once it all is said and done, they hope that the Plaza de la Raza turns into the epicenter of entertainment and more. Reporting in South Omaha, Jessica Salinas, Fox 42 News.
I played against Nebraska in Big Ten, so it's always love with the Big Ten. Like, everybody in the Big Ten, we always, show love to each other. So Nebraska, y'all some real ones.
He's the guy who registered a 33-yard touchdown run against the Huskers in 2020. Now he's getting ready to play in the biggest pro football games of the year, and he's only a rookie. Meet Isaiah Pacheco, running back for the Kansas City Chiefs.
I can't wait for game day to show them how hard I've been working and this team.
That work has translated to more than 800 yards rushing and 5 touchdowns. Before coming to the Midwest, he wasn't exactly the biggest name. In the NFL draft, he was the 251st overall selection. Almost 1 year later, he has gained quite the following, and he feels very blessed about it.
I have a lot of fans in Nebraska. Shout out to Nebraska, yo, y'all are real ones though, for real.
One more victory in this NFL season means he'll be a part of a championship team even before he turns 24 years old.
So for us to play as a whole and just have a full blast of Chiefs football, I'm just really excited to get out there to play and to be a part of it.
Reporting, Jessica Salinas, Fox 42 News.
Yeah, this is my home. These are my trees.
John Buckland purchased his home in the Deer Ridge neighborhood 8 years ago after he fell in love with the property. Plenty of beautiful trees were a big draw, but now those trees will have to go, and it caught him by surprise.
Yesterday morning, there was about 6 or 7 representatives that came through the neighborhood, knocked on our door, and informed me at that time that anything under their easement, which is these high lines, and then 50 feet that way and 50 feet this way, which is, I don't know the math on it, probably 150 foot wide swath, anything under that is going to be decimated, which is going to include these trees, those, all my trees, all my mature trees, all the way through my front yard.
OPPD is starting a transmission line upgrade project. It's now in the process of marking up trees for removal. The plan is for those trees to go before March. According to the spokesperson, the project is necessary because it needs to rebuild aging transmission lines and replace them with newer ones. The new lines will be smaller and should provide more energy across the 13 counties that OPPD serves.
About 127 properties are directly impacted, and they'll have to have some level of trees or shrubbery removed because of this project.
Buckland is among those affected and has plenty of questions that no one seems to have direct answers to from OPPD. Among those concerns are the possible property damages and tree replacements.
We're working with property owners, and if they would like us to plant replacement trees in an area that would not be in danger of impacting power lines, we're happy to do that. Plant trees, plant shrubbery. In the event of any damage that might happen on their property during the construction process, we'll work with them on making any repairs needed. We want to return their property in the same condition that we came to it in, minus those trees, unfortunately.
But Buckland thinks OPPD should have reached out to the community before the project even started. He's now left to wonder if he still wants to call this place home.
I can pretty much guarantee you, if it happens like they say, every day I walk out my front door, it's going to remind me of what happened, what it used to look like, what it now looks like, and it's not going to look like this. This is going to be all gone. So, yeah, pretty disappointed. I can't imagine what it's going to look like afterwards. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think I want to live here.
Reporting, Jessica Salinas, Fox 42 News.